you want to go and create an engineering report, right? I've been an engineer since 1984. I love being an engineer. I don't like writing reports, right? So we thought, okay, we need to automate that whole process so that the engineer doesn't have to sit there and be babysitter to the computer, right? So we can go over to our generate report dialog box. We can set up our title, our subtitle, who it's for. We can go to our project map, set this up where we want it to go. We can go to our regional map, zoom in so we can see it better. We can then go and look at a map preview, and we can edit that. We can come in here and say edit. Takes us into a map editor. We can then say, okay, I want to go and put a scale bar in here. So I'm going to go to scale bar, and I'll just choose this one here. I'll just say okay, and I'll just drop that in, let's say right here. And of course, in your case, it will be in meters. And then if I want to lock that down, right now, see it's got a yellow halo around it. I can just say lock elements, and now it's red. It's locked. I can't actually accidentally move it. How about like a north arrow? We can go choose north arrow. We have many, many different styles here. You can just choose the one you prefer. Drop that in where you want to put it. And if you wanted to change in these colors, you can simply just grab it. And maybe you want to change that color to, let's say, white for the lettering, or change these other colors. Or if you want to draw a call out to a particular element here, you can say draw a call out. And then you can just go and maybe point to a certain area, right? This is where our flooding is mainly occurring, right? So we can come in and just draw an arrow over here and just say done, and I can call it flooding or flooding concern. If I want to make that bolded, I can change that bolded. I can make it bigger text. I can bump the size of the text up. I can make that arrow a different color. So I can make it a different line weight. So I can do all this graphical editing right within here, and this will be part of my report, right? And then I can go and save these edits, and then I can go to my table of contents, look at what different I want here. I'm just to save some time here, I'm going to turn off the post development, but it's going to basically create all of these different sections in our report. We can go to our routing diagram. It shows us kind of a wireframe version of what we're developing here. We can see our different time series plots. So for example, I might want to look at pre-dev and post-dev, and then I might want to look at, let's say, my manholes or my junctions or whatever I want to say in there, and then I can go and pick which one I want to look at. Let's say I want to look at this one right downstream here. So I want to go and compare these two guys. So that's going to be, excuse me, the same one. There we go. And we can look at what kind of variables do we want to show there. And then we can change the order, and then it's going to create a Word document for us. So just click on Generate, and then it's going to build that report for us. So we don't have to spend any time doing all that grunt work. It's going to go and do all that processing for us. And then now you don't necessarily need Microsoft Word. It has its own engine inside. It just creates a docx file. But anyways, you can see here, here's our report, our table of contents that it created. So we've, if I zoom out here, we can see here I've got how many pages? 59 pages of report, right? And so it's done all this grunt work for you. Of course, you still have to write some narrative about it, but at least you have everything all documented so you can quickly get on to the next part of it, right?